guys, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron. So as you can see, the barley field, which I think I called a wheat field in the last episode, if I did, that's my mistake. It's definitely a barley field. The barley is ready to harvest. The oats will be ready to harvest next month. I'm not too sure, but what I'm thinking is I want to get that harvested today, but I was kind of worried about multi-day leases for our harvester. But rather than try and get all of that done in one hit, yeah, we're gonna spread that across a couple of episodes. So before we look at harvesters, we'll just jump into here. I'm not buying a smaller harvester than what we started with. That's cool and all, but it's also way too small. Oh, and that trailer just disappeared. We've got a stayer there, only up to 300 horsepower, so we don't need that either. But what I reckon we're gonna do, oh, that's not what we want to do. If we come in and have a look at our furniture, we've got 27 pallets to sell off. What is our price on furniture? 65.66. It's higher than it should be, but it's saying that next month was our high price. I'm not gonna play around with that and risk potentially losing out on however many $1,000. So what we'll do is we'll come in here, we'll change that to storing. We'll get all of this loaded up onto the truck and potentially the trailer by the looks of that. And we'll see you guys when we're heading up to the farm shop. Once we've done that, then we'll look into getting a harvester and we will get underway. Okay, so there we go, 27,000 litres of furniture. What we're going to do is we're also going to go down, we'll grab the eggs from the chickens, we'll also grab the eggs that are up at the bakery on our way past. Don't want to tip them over. We'll try and make as much out of this as we can. Got plenty of canola oil sitting in there. I think there's about 14,000 litres sitting in the pallet storage. But we're gonna... Oh, we've got a lot more eggs than I remember having. That's okay. We're going to... just saying... Yeah, we're going to hold off on selling the canola oil until it's definitely at its best price. Eggs floating around. Now, the eggs aren't at their best price, but they are only a couple of $100 per pallet short. Well, per 1,000 litres, it's not even per pallet. We've got 1,400 litres per pallet. So what we'll do is we'll get all of these loaded up. And like I said, then we'll head down to the bakery. Well, we're not going to be looking too bad here, guys. So we've ended up with almost 21,000 litres of eggs. And considering they're almost $4,000 each, we're looking at approximately 80 grand just in eggs. 27,000 litres worth of furniture when that's at $6,500 each. So almost 180,000 just from that. So we should actually make quite a lot of money here. Now, we probably could have brought up more produce, and we probably could have got to a point where we ended up owning our own harvester. Oh, and we've managed to get it all in one hit as well. So this is going to be a nice looking number. $260,000 essentially, just shy. That is not bad at all. So what are we at? 415. That's not gonna be enough for us to purchase our own harvester, unfortunately. Or at least not a decent one, I don't think. But what we'll do, we'll get down to the farm, we'll get this parked back up, and we'll just have a quick look. Okay, so we're back at the farm. Turns out the truck and trailer actually fit in that gap nicely, connected together. So we'll leave them there like that. And what we want to do is jump in and have a look at harvesters. Once again, we're not going to play with that. It's just way too small for us. So we've got the case. It's 10,500 litres. You got to remember, we're going to have to purchase 2 headers, or at least 2 different headers. We're going to need one for the corn and one for the wheat. 10,500 to 12,000 litres. So that only gets us at 10,500. We need to go up to the higher horsepower in order to get the 12,000 litres. Obviously can't play around with them. So if we start looking in our mods, we could get the 5,500. It's 11,000 litres. That's not a bad total. That still leaves us with 100 grand for headers and trailers. We won't play around with the wheels, ladders, beacon lights, field scanner, pipe. Yeah, we're probably going to want a longer pipe on that, aren't we? I reckon the 4XL should do it. Because I don't mind these Lexions, and then we can always come in later on and get us a lot bigger. 7,500. We could come into the 8 series, so 8,900, there's our 8,000 litres. Oh, sorry, 18,000 litres. 458 in total. So we could come in next year's harvest and just do that upgrade. But what we want to do at the moment, we'll go with the 5,500, I reckon. 316. Beacons. Yeah, we'll stick double flash on there, just for giggles. $317,460. So now we need to look at 90,000 just for a and 95 for the corn header. So I reckon we're going to lease them. We'll be leasing that one for sure. 13.8 meters, whereas the smaller one is 10. Oh, we could buy it, and that'll put us into dangerous territory. We could lease it for $4,500 and purchase it next time. But if we lease it, we're going to have another $900 because we're going to need it tomorrow. Plus we're going to go over hours. We're going to be using this thing quite a lot. It's going to last on the farm now. This will be the only harvester we actually buy. Obviously, apart from the cotton harvester, and if we do get into grapes and olives, we'll need to buy them. But as far as combines go, yes. What have we got coming up for sale soon? Just sold our eggs. September, we've got the potential to sell cheese. We're going to have a fair bit of that. Same with butter. Farm shop 2.6. That's actually not at a bad price. How much of that stuff do we have? 8,000. 10,000 litres of cheese. What's the cheese worth? Do we do another quick run to the store? No, that's way down. That's actually below its lowest price. Canola oil, that's a long way off. That's at its lowest price. Okay, so we could do a run to the shop with butter. That's going to only net us another 16 grand though. So what I reckon we do is we'll actually lease this header. Which one is it? Pretty sure it's that one. 1380. So we'll go ahead. Or do we just lease the trailer and be done with it? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. The 1380. So we need to find out what size trailer that needs. Yeah, we'll lease that guy. Okay, so time to go and enjoy our new beast. Look at it. Get those double flash beacons turned on and see what they're like. Oh yeah, happy with that. Okay. Now we've just got to remember that we have... Good thing there's not really a collision on that fence. That we have got that trailer leased. That's a long trailer. It's the length of the header. Okay, let's go and put this guy to the test and see exactly how well it can get the job done. I was about to say, please tell me we have a tow hitch on this. We do. Not bad. Right, so get those beacons turned back on just because of the length of us. go and park this trailer on the grass field, I reckon. Or we could park it just down here on the corner. Yeah, we'll do that. I want to sort of get the middle of it set up in between those trees without the trailer being on the road. Okay, let's get this guy unfolded. See how well we go. Now, what are we set to? Alright, so we want to... No. I want to change that to enable straw swath. That is a glorious looking working length. I want to get a quick thumbnail of that. There we go, guys, there's the new toy. The farm has finally purchased a harvester. We've been without one, get those speaking stand off, we've been without one since, I think after the first harvest is when we actually sold our original harvester. But this working width is brilliant. I'm pretty sure it's a 12 meter working width for the corn header that we're going to be using. But the good thing about that is that's a foldable header, so I don't think we need a trailer for it. Now it would have been nice if we could get a draper header for this, so as it's got its own trailer. I'll have to have a look around the mods, see if we've got one or if we can find one. I'm sure there'll be one out there somewhere to suit this guy. But we are going to absolutely smash through these harvests with this guy. That is a given. So what we'll do is we'll continue on here, we'll get this harvest complete, and we'll see you guys very shortly.
I've realized
Definitely getting through that really quickly, guys. So what we're going to do is we'll actually come down, we'll drop some barley straight into the chickens because they are well and truly due to be fed. And everything else we get off the field will be entirely chicken food, and we'll just go up into the grain silo. We're not going to use the barley for anything else. It's not for sale. It is entirely to feed the chickens. They took quite a bit, so these guys will as well. The other thing we've got is our grass is due to be mowed again. What I'm thinking is that may wait until after this harvest. We may turn that into a part of the next episode. So the next lot of harvest may actually be split up. So the 2 barley fields, the 2 oat fields. But we want to get that done, we want to get it tedded, and we want to get that turned into hay. The other thing I was hoping to sort of do before we got back to mowing again, or back to at least doing hay again, was I wanted to get another windrower, or upgrade our windrower to something a bit bigger. Not too sure whether or not that can actually go to another growth stage. I think it can. Oh well, we will see what it does by the end of the episode. I'm gonna get this guy turned on. But yeah, that pipe definitely worked out to be the perfect length. If we had have gone any shorter, we'd have done ourselves a mischief. We would have had to have been dropping the header front off every time we needed to unload. We may as well let him keep kicking on. We'll go and empty this into the silo. We've got the Fent over at the biogas plant at the moment, just sitting on the planter. Not too sure whether we're going to actually bring him back. He may stay over there for a little while and have a nice earned rest. But at the end of the day, we do have baling to do, and we've also got mowing to do. So we might actually bring him back earlier than I'd like to. Not too sure how much we're going to get off of this field. Didn't pay attention really to the numbers. I think we've put about 10,000 litres into the chickens plus whatever's in the silo. So we'll have an approximation, but at the end of the day it doesn't matter. We still had 20 something thousand litres of wheat in there. That's all for the chicken food as well. What I'm thinking we might do sometime soon is potentially look at putting down sheep pasture so as we can get some wool. Not sure where we're going to put it. It'll probably be up near field 2 somewhere. There's not really much we can do in the way of extensions to field 33, so that's not going to get too much bigger. unless we end up purchasing that big L-shaped field right beside it, in which case we will plough them together. Because, you know, we've got a decent sized harvester. That could be a good option for getting a lot of a single product in. So whether it be oats, sunflowers, canola, something that's going to go into a production and make us a ton of money. But we will see. We'll see what happens. If we do end up extending that field, then yeah, we might use some of it to put some sheds down or a sheep pasture or something along those lines. But what we'll do is we'll jump in, we'll take over from the worker for this last little bit. Because I dare say all of this should fit into that trailer. What we want him to do is reverse out of the paddock before we take over. But considering how much money we've just spent, I'm super happy that we've spent it. This Lexion is definitely a great addition to the farm. Cannot deny that at all. That is the last little bit into the hopper. Get you shut down. Get this out. Now, turns out we did put that trailer in a horrible place. Not this one, that one over there, the header trailer. What we're going to do is we'll go over and move it. We're not going to bother putting the header back on it. Not until after our oats are done. Oop. So we've got that oat field there to do in the next month. So we are going to be paying for this header trailer again overnight. Thankfully, it's not that expensive. But what we want to do is get this stuff out the way. We want to drop all of that barley into... Well, realistically, this is where we should have parked. We want to drop all of that barley into the silo, and we want to get onto... baling up that straw. So that's going to be the case's job. It can get onto the baling. We'll get that done off screen. We'll get the bales picked up and put into the shed with the rest of the straw. But 26,000 litres in there. We'll have to have a look at how much we put in the first time. But at the end of the day, between the barley and the wheat, we should have more than enough chicken food to last us another season. So yeah, 50,000, 30,000, we've got 80,000 litres of chicken food. We could probably put in another chicken pen and not go through that. Nice, nice. Okay, so we might end up turning both these fields around again and doing another whack of canola. 17, 18, once the corn's off, we're going to prep that for sunflowers. And 33, that'll get prepped for... I don't know what we're going to do in there. We might do some more sugar beet, although that's a massive field. We might save one of these fields for sugar beet and do canola in the big field, as well as... what have we got? Yeah, I reckon 40, 41 and 33, we'll do them as canola. We'll do our sugar beets in here. So this needs to get turned around ready for canola. And we're not going to have much time to get that one done, so that may be all hands on deck. But that can now stay there. We'll go and grab the baler. We'll whack that back up to 180 centimetre bales. Get this knocked out as quick as possible. And we'll see how we're going from there. It's not as though we were running low on straw either. I mean, we're only using one per feed mixture, although those feed mixtures are going to start jumping up now that we're getting more and more cows in. You and you. But the other thing we need it for is the bedding. So none of this will get sold off. It is just going to be entirely kept for the cows. Now, auto dump should still be on. Yep. And that was obviously a small bale because we had it set to 125 centimetres. So they're going to be a lot bigger from now on and take a lot longer to get through. So we'll see you guys once this is done. thought I'd bring you back in here. What we're going to actually do is we're going to drag this time frame back down to 1 times. Like I said earlier, we have got a mountain of work to get done today in order to get this field turned around and also get that mowing done. We want to get that mowing done because we have got a lot of a lot of hay we need to produce in order to keep those cows happy as far as the TMR mixer solution goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the episode there. We'll get some work done off screen, but we are essentially going to bring the Fent across, grab the mowers. He's going to run up to field 2, get that mowed. The stayer will run up there with the tedder. Once the mowing's done, this guy can run back, not this guy, the Fent can run back and grab the windrower. Get that all nicely rowed up for us. And then this guy, once he's finished here, can rip up there with the baler and get all that hay baled up. We'll still have to do the field behind the cows, but as long as we get field 2 done, I'll be a little bit happier. This field still has to get, I'm thinking, cultivated at the least. Not sure if it's due for ploughing. We're going to have to check that out. I don't think it is, but if it is, then that's even more work. So anyway guys, like I said, we're going to leave the episode there. Thank you very much for joining in. Hope you liked the new toy. Hope you enjoyed the episode and the content of it. And don't forget to give the page a subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future upcoming videos, and we will see you guys next time.